This episode of the Wrestle Arc Podcast is brought to you guys by SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the best place for you guys to get all your tickets for any sporting event, concert, or whatever you guys want to go and watch. SeatGeek has the cheapest tickets for events like SmackDown, which is tonight, or like Raw next week, or SmackDown next week, or whatever. It's got concerts on there too, any sporting event. SeatGeek is the place to go to get all your tickets for those. And also, this episode of the Wrestle Arc Podcast is also brought to you guys by TeePublic. TeePublic is the place where you can get all your Wrestle Arc merchandise, from t-shirts to hoodies to phone cases to cups to whatever you want. All the Wrestle Arc merch and logos and all that kind of stuff is on there. So head over there to teepublic.com today to get your Wrestle Arc merchandise. Thanks to TeePublic and SeatGeek for being sponsors of the Wrestle Arc Podcast.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to another episode of the Wrestle Arc Podcast. I'm Liam Warren, who's filling in for Radio, who was supposed to be back today as announced in the video, but for some reason, some guy called Peyton Cashwright had to go and get a stupid haircut. That means, and Radio also has relatives of Brownie coming over in about 5 minutes, which means he cannot be here because Peyton failed to communicate that he would be going out, and I suppose maybe Radio that Brownie had people coming over, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm filling in for Radio. I'm here with my good friends, Aled Thomas.
Hi.
Christian Vega.
Hello there.
And we're also here with Peyton, who just so happens to be streaming this bad boy.
Yep.
Today's show
Everybody blame
consists
Payne for being late.
Shut up, Vega.
Yeah,
Today's show consists of us talking about the Tuesday Night Wars, where NXT went head-to-head with AEW Dynamite Title Tuesday, and all that and more, because there's stuff about CM Punk and
we're going to talk about Fastlane.
Fastlane, of course. Yeah, that's right. Fastlane happened.
Fastlane.
Yeah. We should have talked about that the other day, but we didn't
Yeah.
because we're idiots.
Yeah, the result.
What show? I suppose we should get to the
AA.
Tuesday Night Wars first, right?
Yeah, let's talk about how petty WWE was.
And AEW.
Yeah, well, Tony Khan especially.
Tony Khan mainly, but yes.
Exactly.
So basically,
I mean,
NXT,
he's the most petty one anyway, because, you know.
NXT was stacked with people such as John Cena, Paul Heyman, Cody Rhodes, eventually The Undertaker. Yeah, it was a crazy night, you know. So,
I think it's petty because the fact that they had to bring all of them over just to beat AEW is a bit pathetic. You know?
yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
The thing is that. Yeah.
But I no, don't get me wrong. Obviously, it was great TV. People had fun. It was good to see the people on NXT. But it just shows WWE was scared that he'd lose to freaking Dynamite.
Even so, I think they realistically wouldn't have beat Dynamite because
They did the
what
week
did
before.
Okay, it must have the week before, fair enough, but I think had they already, like, if, say, Dynamite and NXT were head-to-head every week, I still think NXT would beat them by 300 odd K or wherever it was.
Yeah, I think NXT is the better show.
Yes, I agree. So the show opened with Cody Rhodes making the major announcement that
Three
after
of
the
them.
women's...
Yeet.
He made three. Yeet. Yeah, that's
Yeet.
right.
No. That's for Fastlane.
Yeet.
Yeah, there
That's
was
for Fastlane.
anyway, as I was saying, he came out to make three announcements. The first one being after the conclusion of the women's breakout tournament, there will be a men's breakout tournament. And they also said that the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic will be making a return. And the final announcement being, once he was interrupted by Dominic Mysterio, that he would be facing, because Ilya Dragunov did come out to join him in the ring, that not the main event, but a main event of sorts for that show would be Dominic Mysterio challenging Ilya Dragunov for the NXT Championship. I almost forgot his name, but that is all because Cody Rhodes was the one night only general manager of NXT.
Yeah. And I think they should have said Cody Rhodes is the special guest EVP.
Yes, because that would have
That
sent Tony Khan over the
would have been
edge.
funny if they
Isn't
said
he?
it like
Hasn't he
that.
already gone over the edge?
I mean, he did sign Adam Copeland, who was dressing up as Edge for Halloween this year. So yes, just to steal a joke
That
we've
is
been
true.
using off
If
camera.
you don't get that, then yeah, me and Huss came up with that.
Yeah, it's a joke we've been using off camera in the last few days.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
Ross.
Well,
talking about Edge
since
and Adam
Copeland
he was
debuted,
on Dynamite.
basically.
He was on Dynamite, that's right. In the main event of that show, he had his first match in AEW, facing the oldest member of the roster, Christian's right-hand man, Luchasaurus, who he, of course, defeated to have a pretty good debut.
Okay.
And I guess they're
Pretty
going to
good
continue
match.
with this storyline going further, which is, I suspect, a Full Gear will be a six-man tag team match of Copeland, Darby Allin, and Sting versus Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and the recently turned heel Nick Wayne. So yeah,
Personally, though, I think I saw clips. Obviously, like I said, I think the WWE was petty for what they did, but Tony Khan has taken pettiness to a whole new level.
And he has.
Yeah.
He has.
That man needs to get off Twitter.
I agree. Like, apparently he doesn't ever run his tweets by AEW's PR team. He just does it all himself, and I think personally he's putting himself in hot water if he's going to carry on doing that. Like, every tweet, it just gets a bit more embarrassing. First of all, you're calling Triple H and Shawn Michaels bald assholes, and then you're just like, oh, but they had to get John Cena and NXT on here, and they did below 1 million still. That's
And
like the
then
first time they've done that. Yeah.
But like I said earlier to you guys, he's complaining that Cena and Taker has never done under 1 million show, but he had Edge in his main event, which couldn't bring in any more hating or viewership than Dynamite's been getting recently.
Yes, it is a bit. It's a bit of a
That
sticky
should be
one
worrying.
still.
He should be worried about that.
Mm-hmm.
Shooty.
Tony Khan has some TV deals coming up, TV negotiations, you know? So
He does indeed. Yes.
that's interesting. I mean, the Tuesday Night War was fun. It was petty, but it was fun, you know? So,
Yes.
and it was cool. It was cool to see people like John Cena and Taker on NXT. And Cody, obviously. But I think Cena loved it. I think Cena had fun. I think Cena had always wanted to go there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the Tuesday Night War.
Yeah. The other things that happened on NXT. John Cena was in the corner of Carmelo Hayes in the main event, and Paul Heyman was in the corner of Bron Breakker. It seems like they could be teasing a partnership between them two in the future once his tenure with Roman Reigns is done, I guess. What else happened? I can't exactly remember for sure. Like, yeah, it was a good show, but there was
Dominic faced Ilya Dragunov. Oh, you said that, didn't you?
Yeah, Ilya Dragunov retained the NXT Championship against Dominic Mysterio after LA Knight, who was actually the special guest referee. That was a part of the announcement Cody did. LA Knight delivered a BFT to an interfering Finn Balor and Damien Priest. And, well, not to Damien
And
Priest,
then
but
the same for Lloyd Palmbake.
yes, Carmelo Hayes must have beaten Bron Breakker. Bron Breakker speared Carmelo Hayes off the match. This prompted the appearance of The Undertaker, who then said that tonight you're going to be a star for a future, but not tonight, and then gave him a choke slam basically, and a little bit of advice. that sort of thing. Yeah.
And Cody Rhodes also announced the Bada Bing Bada Boom Battle Royal.
Yeah, that's right. There will be a 10-team battle royal on one of the NXT episodes of Halloween Havoc, where 10 teams will participate, and the winners will face Channing Stacks, Lorenzo, and Tony D'Angelo on one of the next night of that for the NXT tag titles.
And Brian Pillman Jr. officially got confirmed.
And he goes by the name
But not
Alexis
as-
King.
Video package was shown.
Yeah.
Going by
Alexis
the
King.
name, going by Alexis King. Alexis being the name of his deceased sister, and King after the stepfather that raised him, I guess. And
I think it's good
he
for him
was-
to get under the Brian Pillman Jr. name, though. It's a whole new start for him, fresh start. So,
lets him really go out on his own, sort of thing.
yeah.
Which we good to see how he does over there. I think he has potential to be a future NXT champion if any of these vignettes are going by
And
how he
Jade
can be.
Cargill was there.
Jay Cargill, yep, her continuing the gimmick of I'm good at getting out of cars and walking through parking lots. She's very good at that at the minute. Yeah,
She met
Keep it
Triple H on SmackDown the other week, didn't she? And now she met Shawn Michaels.
I thought it was Fastlane. She met
Fastlane,
Triple H.
actually.
And then
And then,
she met Shawn Michaels this
Shawn
past
Michaels.
Tuesday.
So who's she going to see on Monday?
I don't know, fucking Adam Pearce maybe.
Adam Pearce, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Cody.
yeah, other stuff that happened on Dynamite. I didn't watch the show, so I can't exactly. Oh yeah, MJF had a little promo segment with Jay White and the Bullet Club Gold. That
James
was obviously,
Robinson was a bitch. He did something absolutely terrible.
yeah, he referenced the thing about Triple H being bullied by a roll of quarties that people used
Not
to
to
throw
boy,
him as a
MJF.
MJF. Yes, sorry, MJF. As a child, once, as he said in the previous promo of his, he used to have a roll of quarters thrown at him because kids were being anti-Semitic and saying, "Pick it up, Jew boy." And obviously, with all the stuff that's going on in Israel and Gaza at the moment, it's a bit of a ill-timed sort of thing. Like, I can understand why they've done it, but it's just timing is not the best at the moment.
Well, he shouldn't do it at all.
Yeah,
And Tony
I don't
Khan's too busy. Tony Khan's too busy crying about the ratings when he should be too busy crying about how the fans react to that.
yeah, it doesn't look great. And
Nope.
I think there was other stuff with, I don't know, Chris Jericho and stuff. Let me look it up for a second.
Danielson faced
Swerve.
someone. Swerve, yeah, that was a banger.
Yeah, they faced each other to determine who will face Christian Cage for the TNT title tomorrow on Collision, I believe, or is it next week? Something like that. Yep. We also had Chris Jericho versus the newest member of the Don Callis family, Powerhouse Hobbs. Powerhouse Hobbs defeated Chris Jericho. Orange Cassidy won the AEW International Championship from Rey Fenix, who is apparently dealing with an injury. Yeah, again.
By the
the point
way, I have
is,
a feeling
the fact of the
Moxley
matter-
was supposed to win it if he was
Yeah,
cleared.
but he's
But
still
I don't know.
he's still not cleared at the moment, and in my opinion, they seem to be going down a different route with Orange Cassidy as a more serious sort of character, so he could be turning heel soon. But at the same time, I think he's only going to be a transitional champion for when Moxley does eventually get cleared, and we'll take it off of him.
Yeah.
Wardlow squashed Matt Sydal again to continue sort of his run. You know, he had a
We have a
comment at MJF on his wrist tape.
women's champion.
We have a new women's champion. Hikaru Shida defeated Saraya to become 3-time AEW World Champion, the first ever 3-time AEW Women's World Champion. We also
That
had
was shocking, to be fair.
a Tony Storm video package, her Lament of Love, which was like a silent movie reminiscent of the 1930s and 40s in Hollywood and France, that sort of thing. that happened during the picture-in-picture break, but people who watched it on Fight could see it in full, and it just had a music soundtrack playing over it as she mimed to the camera, essentially. Jay White also defeated Hangman Adam Page. And obviously there was the controversial moment that followed about the roll of quarters thing with the MJF.
And then there was the Kingdom segment.
There was a Kingdom segment. Yes. And then
Adam
also,
Cole was cutting grass with one leg.
Yeah, Christian Cage cut a promo before the match between Adam Cole and Luchasaurus saying, "I'm not their leader, I'm their father. That's a difference. I have a lot of fans around the world. In fact, I know your wife Beth is a huge fan." And basically said he would be their new father once he gets home, sort of thing.
And then he ran out.
Then he ran out because Adam Copeland beat Luchasaurus in the main
No, Adam Copeland ran out.
Yeah.
Try and beat him up.
Okay.
And then Danielson saved Copeland at the end of the show.
Could be like a little tag match going on there soon.
No, there was about 60 people out there. There was a whole brawl.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the Tuesday Night Wars where NXT absolutely destroyed AEW in the ratings.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
They almost got 1 million, but they didn't.
They didn't get 1 million, but they still beat them by a good 300.
They nearly got 1 million.
Yeah, I know.
Really? They were about, what was it, 70k shy?
Yeah, that's why
They were like
I
900.
said they almost got 1 million.
Yeah, they're about 70k shy of where they needed to be for 1 million. Even if you still managed to have John Cena, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Paul Heyman on that show.
Cody Rhodes' segment apparently had more views than AEW altogether.
Wow. That's not going to sit well with Tony. Anyway.
Nope.
No.
Well, I suppose we should move on to Fastlane now, right?
We're doing things backwards. Fastlane happened before this.
Fastlane happened before this, but who cares? Talk about. We'll get to the big
Fastlane
news
was good,
later
Sean.
on. Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was.
With some very interesting booking decisions.
Yeah. Of course, he's referring to Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso being the Judgment Day for the tag team titles.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either, but we got a classic comedy gold moment where after in the press conference, Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes they had a libation or two, as Cody Rhodes said. Cody was tipsy, but Jey Uso was gone, and they just kept saying "yeet."
Yeet.
Do you feel? Do you feel him, sir?
Do you feel him, sir?
That was very unprofessional from them side.
Yeah.
Yeet.
Yeet.
Yeah.
At least we got a meme from there.
I forgot Payne was even here. He hasn't said a fucking word.
So yeah, that opened Fastlane.
No, he's just there. Payne is just sitting there minding his own business.
Yeah, that opened Fastlane.
That I am.
Then
That I
obviously
am.
we had the LWOs, Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar defeating Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits in 10 minutes, but this also featured the return of Carlito, who will be a full-time member of the SmackDown roster going forward. It's good to see him back, but that theme song is trash. Didn't have anything about spitting people in the face because
there was no Apple, man.
There's no Apple either. Nope, that was disgraceful. Like, how dare you? You bring back Carlito without his signature Apple.
WWE should be sued.
It's still a decent theme song.
Yeah, but Vega, you're not getting the point. There was no Apple.
I know there isn't. For now.
Yeah, they should be sued. No, I don't care if he has an Apple tonight. He should have had an Apple when he was there at Fastlane.
Yes, and then
I mean,
following that
true,
match,
yeah, it's part of his character, but
following that match, we
well,
had Io
it is what it is,
Sky.
I guess.
We had Io Sky defending the WWE Women's Championship up against both Asuka and Charlotte Flair, who she defeated via pinfall after she delivered the moonsault to Charlotte Flair, following a distraction from Bayley, from the referee, that had somebody tapping out. I think it was Asuka. And
Yeah,
then Io delivered the moonsault to Charlotte and pinned her for the 1-2-3.
I'm surprised she pinned Charlotte, you know.
Yeah, but it probably shows they're actually taking Io a bit more seriously now as champion. Although in the press conference, somebody had the audacity to ask her about wrestling Taylor Swift at WrestleMania next year. God knows why. Fuck that. I get. But
Yeah, you hate
anyway,
that, didn't you?
I just hate Taylor Swift with a burning passion. She uses people for dating stuff. Just so it's like, oh, the joke is that she gets into relationships, breaks up with them, and after a few months, and then has more material to write songs about. I can see that's being somewhat true because all her songs are about her past relationships, and it's kind of just do something else. You're a bit boring. But Io Sky anyway, classic. I'm enjoying this reign somehow. Where eventually I think she will lose to Bailey. That's besides the point.
Yeah, I think Bailey's the one she should lose to.
Yeah, that's the one who a lot of people believe she should
It
lose
makes
to.
the most
myself
logical
included.
sense to me, anyway.
From a storyline perspective, yes, it absolutely does. If they just put it back on Charlotte, I don't really see the point in doing that, like at all. Like,
Yeah,
there's a story there.
I'd rather it be Bailey. To be honest with you, it'd be Dakota Kai.
Could be, but again, the
Would
story's
I would-
there where it's just like the story's there for where Io wants to do things properly, but Bailey wants to keep being heelish about things. So, yeah. You guys still there? Yeah, cool. Anyway,
Yep.
No.
next.
Yeah.
It's just nobody was talking. Next match, we had the Bloodline, which consisted of Jimmy Uso, who is technically not officially back in the Bloodline yet. I guess we'll see what happens tonight on SmackDown when Roman Reigns returns, and we'll inevitably bear down with various people. Because, yeah, got Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes on the show tonight, I imagine. With Cody Rhodes there,
Also,
Jey Uso
just saying, this is literally just been confirmed. Tonight, the open challenge from Jay and Cody has been answered by Austin Theory and Grayson Waller.
Interesting.
Okay.
So the tag titles are on the line.
Oh,
Wow, okay.
that should be interesting.
Should be. I personally think Grayson and Austin should win them.
I
Maybe
mean,
we'll see.
I don't know.
they could.
Oh, they should win,
them,
like,
but not
one set.
tonight.
I think they should split the titles tonight and only make it for like one set. And then
I'd say
have
the
them win.
SmackDown tag
I
title.
feel like
needs to
that's
be
what
split.
Triple H is going to announce tonight, but could be anything
I don't know.
else.
Yeah, Triple H is going to make an announcement.
Yeah, and then maybe I think the way they could do that, have Austin and Grayson win off a distraction from Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa.
Could be Roman.
It could be Roman too. Could be all three of them. Who knows?
Yeah, Roman's
But
going to
anyway,
be there
yeah,
too.
John Cena and
Depends on
LA
what-
Knight were the other team in the match at Fastlane, and they defeated them after LA Knight pinned Jimmy Uso after a BFT.
Cena looked good in that.
For once, yeah, he looked the best he's looked
Yeah,
since he
he
came back.
wrestled.
Really.
He looked better than he did at Mania.
He wrestled
Yeah.
longer this time.
At Mania, he looked like he struggled and didn't really have much in-ring preparation leading up to it. But this one, I should imagine he prepared quite a bit. So,
Well, he knew he was going to have this run, yeah, so probably put the work in.
and then in the main event, it was a last man standing match for the
By the
World
way, this
Heavyweight
was a
Championship.
banner.
Seth Rollins retained the title, defeating Shinsuke Nakamura, curb stomping him on a bedding sort of thing, and they both collapsed to the floor. But Seth got up first, and Shinsuke stayed down for the count of 10.
I thought he won by the Falcon Arrow through the table.
Yeah, he did actually. Sorry, my bad. The Falcon Arrow through the table spot at the end there.
In the crowd.
Yes.
That was a brutal match.
Yeah, but for me, that was what it needed. Like, it needed a stipulation attached to it the second time round, and they just done another singles match would have been kind of boring. But they went here,
Yeah.
there, and everywhere in this match, and it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of table spots. There was a lot of difficult, hard to watch bumps for Seth, especially for the back and all that. And Shinsuke
I thought at
Nakamura
one
used
point
some
Shinsuke was
nunchucks at
gonna
one
win.
point.
He did, yeah. I thought he was going to win at one point, you know.
There was a part of me that was like, okay, they could actually do this, but then I was like,
But I think Seth winning was the right choice.
Yeah, because
And now we've got Seth versus Drew at Crown Jewel.
which was made official this past Monday on Raw.
Which is also going to be a banger, by the way.
Yes, it is. It's taking place November 4th. Crown Jewel in
Banger
Riyadh, Saudi
after
Arabia.
banger.
Or Jeddah. I'm not sure which is they're doing in
Maybe
Riyadh.
we'll find out who Roman faces tonight.
Yeah, there's a lot of options. There's either Cena,
Oh no,
LA Knight,
there's two options.
or Cena and AJ Styles.
No, AJ Styles at LA Knight.
Okay.
I don't think he faces Cena. I think Cena faces either Logan Paul or Solo Sikoa.
Yeah, because Logan Paul is advertised for Crown Jewel. That came out today. Obviously, Logan Paul's
Not
fighting
gonna
Dylan
lie.
Dallas tomorrow, but I should imagine
Not
once he's
gonna
done
lie.
with that, he'll go back to WWE to build stuff for Crown Jewel.
Not gonna
But
lie.
I did also see
I would-
some. I did see some reports apparently there's supposed to be no celebrity influencer involvement at Crown Jewel this year, but I
Yeah,
don't
but
believe
Logan
that.
Paul's a WWE superstar.
Logan is a
That doesn't
WWE
count for
superstar.
Logan. He
Yeah,
is a
he's
WWE
signed.
superstar. So
He's signed to a multi-year contract with WWE.
yeah, so they got around that loophole, didn't they?
Yep,
They did.
Sean Ross said Jade Cargill traveled to tonight's SmackDown. Doesn't mean she'll appear, but she is there.
Yeah, she'll just carry on doing the gimmick where she'll get out of the car and walk through a parking
She's
lot.
already gone into the arena, so if she comes out of the car, then they're cheating. Because she's already gone in the venue, he said. So if she comes out of the car, then we know he's either lying or they're just cheating.
Yeah.
Lie, cheat, and steal.
Honestly, I think Cena should face Sikoa because they have
me too.
because they've been like fighting even NXT ever since I think Cena faced him during the tag match at Fastlane. So it honestly kind of makes sense to have Cena face Sikoa at Crown Jewel.
Cena would put him over. That'd be a big, massive win for Solo.
Sikoa, yeah.
That's the thing. I don't think Solo would beat him clean unless Cena would have it that way, because I still think they'll probably have like Jimmy get involved or something. But
There's some news just come out from Fightful about a certain Viper.
Oh no.
Randy Orton.
Oh no.
Is it someone who hears voices in his head
Yes,
returning
10.
tonight?
No,
It's
not
Randy Orton.
tonight. No, not tonight.
Oh my God, Randy Orton's coming back.
Not tonight.
I don't know if it's
Fightful
tonight,
is-
but it could be.
Fightful is reporting WWE is aiming for Survivor Series return for Randy Orton.
Survivor
Yay!
Series?
Randy Orton for War Games, maybe.
No, they're aiming for it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they're aiming for it, which means he may or may not be back, but they're hoping.
They
he'll be
want him
ready
back
by
by Survivor Series time, basically.
then. Yeah, so we could see him within the next few weeks, or we may not. It just depends on whether or not he can get the clearance to come back to the ring.
Now,
I know.
SmackDown tonight has Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Triple H, John Cena.
Yes, it's huge.
That's just nuts.
Gonna be huge.
Triple H is making an announcement of sorts.
This could be
What?
anything. I mean, the news is already out there now, isn't it? Because PW Insider
Yeah,
reported it earlier.
whether or not they want me to. Yeah, I'm not going to say that here, just in case people don't want spoilers, or if. I mean, it's on Twitter. If you've been on Twitter, you've probably already seen it. But yeah, there is that. You've got Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, obviously, to have an answered open challenge from Grayson Waller, Austin Theory. Roman Reigns is back.
I don't know what Roman. I mean, Roman's probably gonna beat up Jay.
Yeah, address the current state of the bloodline.
Is he gonna go face to face with his Crown Jewel opponent tonight?
Maybe. We shall see.
Is he gonna go face to face with LA Knight?
Maybe.
I mean, if you think about it, Paul Heyman was talking to Ava Hayne on NXT.
Yeah, it was a part of the NXT Anonymous segment thing they did.
So, is Roman Reigns gonna go face to face with her? What were they talking about?
Might be trying to get her involved. Now
Maybe.
the schism's sort of falling apart.
Maybe that's one way to get The Rock back again.
Possibly, yeah.
Maybe.
I didn't think
Maybe.
of that till now, but that makes a lot of sense now, yeah. So there is that. Now we'll move on
And
to...
there's a trade. The trade is happening tonight, apparently.
The trade. What trade, we don't know.
Hey,
But-
The trade for Jay.
The trade of Jay. Yeah, that's who you believe. Other people might
No,
disagree.
no, the trade for Jay.
Oh, the trade for Jay. My bad.
He went to Raw, so the person is going to SmackDown tonight, whoever it is.
Yes. Could be anybody. Could be.
I think it's Kevin Owens. Radio thinks it's Sami Zayn.
could be.
I think it's one of them two. Also,
It may be a Zane for me.
It's gonna be Nia Jax. No, I'm
oh god,
For fuck's
Yeah, because
sake.
No, I'm kidding.
she's worth a trade for
I'm
Jey
kidding.
Uso, isn't she?
no, the family.
No, I was
Yeah.
joking. It's a joke.
Okay.
If it, I mean,
heard you the first
if
time.
it was Vince, then that would be a logical answer.
Yeah, you'd be like, no, Jax. Yeah.
Yeah.
Such good shit.
Oh,
But now let's talk about the elephant in the room.
The big crap
where's the
master
elephant?
punk-sized elephant in the room.
Fuck off.
See, no, Che, it's not Cody. It's not Cody. CM Punk. Yes, let's talk about CM Punk. Now, Vega. Yeah, Vega. What do you make of the whole CM Punk
Me?
thing? Yeah, you.
Um,
I'm gonna ask all of you, but you're going first.
for me personally, I think they're just gonna save it until Survivor Series. They're just gonna deny all these rumors that CM Punk is coming back, he's signed already or something. They're just teasing us with all these references every week, just for him to not show up at Survivor Series, even though it's probably gonna happen. But who knows? It can happen or it cannot happen. Only time will tell.
Do you think it's gonna happen though, personally?
Personally, I don't think it's happening. At the same
Okay.
time, maybe. But it's mostly
Okay,
probably not.
Peyton.
I feel like they're saving Puck for the Rumble, and I don't, maybe happen SummerSlam, maybe Rumble. I don't know, but
SummerSlam.
no, Survivor Series. You know what I mean?
Wait, SummerSlam? SummerSlam's not until August.
SummerSlam's been. He already returned. What? I missed it. What?
Where you've been, Peyton? Where
But-
you been?
I don't know. But honestly, I feel like Punk would be honestly better putting to return at the Rumble. Because literally anyone could show up at the Rumble, and having him probably at number like 15 or something, or 21 could probably work.
So do you think he's returning?
Yes.
Okay, Liam.
Yeah, the thing is that this thing could go either way. For me, like, obviously the new update repeats apparently is that WWE reportedly turned the decision to sign him down. Or
That comes from Dave Meltzer, by the way, guys.
like Henry Dave Meltzer, who these days you have to take with a pinch of salt because the old boy's lost it, bless him.
David Boy.
Apparently they were in talks over a potential return, and according to him, apparently unless there's a business goes down or a huge public outcry, that hasn't happened. That could change, but again, apparently it's Vince McMahon's call, and the others in charge are Triple H and Nick Khan. Meaning that apparently they're doing what Vince wants to do, which is not bringing back. But for me,
I don't
Does he
think
come
Vince has the
back?
final thing.
does he come back after all these references? You know, the lines of commentary from Corey Graves about the greatest trick the devil had pulled is pretending it didn't exist. Shinsuke hitting a GTS this past Raw, Monday on Raw and Ricochet.
Seth's
Michael
best in the
Cole.
world.
Seth saying he's the best in the world in the interview with Michael Cole the other week. It'd be rather stupid if it didn't happen soon. Like, for me, my opinion is they're doing this to throw people off the scent, and whether it's Survivor Series, whether it's Royal Rumble, I think it's a matter of time that CM Punk does eventually return to the WWE. But for me at the moment, based on reports, it's 50-50.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it, Sean Ross said there's been no talks. Dave Meltzer said WWE turned it down. So that's contradicting one of them right there.
It's been very confusing.
Yeah, so if there was no talks, how can they turn him down?
Exactly.
So they either was talks and they turned him down, or there was no talks.
Which is it? Nobody knows.
Exactly. So that automatically tells me that they're being told lies, or they're being told different things by WWE sources. Fightful's been told one thing, Dave Meltzer's been told another thing. And also, why would WWE straight up tell Fightful, Sean Ross, or Dave Meltzer, yeah, he's coming in?
They wouldn't.
Yeah,
That
they would
makes
lie to them.
no sense. They're just gonna spoil it if they do. Because
Sean Ross is
that would ruin
adamant
the surprise.
because he's been told that CM Punk isn't coming in. Yeah. You're supposed to be told that.
They would ruin a surprise if it was, because it's supposed to be a surprise he's returning, like after the circumstances that saw him depart WWE in 2014 in the first place. Obviously being a little bit hazy, Punk being fired on his wedding day, basically having to work through a staph infection that could have almost killed him, various injuries caused by Ryback, or matches with Ryback, and, that's a whole fuckery there. But
Yeah.
for me, they would never ever tell a source if somebody was supposed to be allegedly returning. I mean, they
Well,
were
what about
doing
the Cody situation? Didn't Dave Meltzer say there was no talks and he was not going to WWE?
Yep, there was. And then
And now where is he?
in the WWE, one of their top baby faces.
Tag team champion. There you go. So, yeah, don't believe anything Dave Meltzer says. And at this point, freaking don't believe what fucking Sean Ross says, because they're both just being... I think they're being lied to. No. They could be telling the truth. He may not be there. WWE may have turned him down. And he may not be returning. But, personally, I think they're being lied to, because they're saying two different things. If both of their stories added up, then maybe I'd be like, oh, okay. You know? But they're saying two different things. So I think he is going to return. I think it's going to be Survivor Series. And I think they're just keeping it tight-lipped. He might have already signed. Who knows?
Yeah, and
True.
he was recently spotted in Orlando at Universal Studios Florida. He's
I mean, that
obviously,
could obviously be a coincidence, but it could also not be.
yeah, I think
Maybe.
it could be pure
Maybe.
coincidence because he's working for that company that's affiliated with
Cage
UFC in Tampa.
Cage Fury Fighting.
Yeah, he's working for
Cage
them in
Fighting.
a
Or
commentary capacity in Tampa this
CFFC
weekend.
or whatever it's
So,
called.
Yeah, but he could be working for them, but he could have also had a training session in the PC. Who knows?
yeah, you never know.
Like, he could have. I'm not saying he did. Could have popped in. You know?
Might have said hi.
Yeah, who knows? Might have had a full on match in there. Who knows? But I don't know. With all these reports, I mean, no one is gonna know. Not Sean Ross, not Dave Meltzer, not PW Insider, not even BWE. No one is gonna know until Survivor Series.
Yeah.
The only people that will know is CM Punk, Triple H, Nick Khan, Vince McMahon, and Ari Emanuel.
Yeah.
Those are the only people that will know. That's it.
Sounds about right, yeah.
And if he doesn't show up at Survivor Series, then he could still show up at the Rumble, obviously. Right? And a lot of people thinking the Rumble makes a lot more sense because he'll be 10 years.
Exactly.
But
True.
I think Survivor Series makes more sense because it's in Chicago.
Yes, it absolutely makes more sense to have him return there because it's in his home city.
And it's a cheap pop.
It is indeed a cheap pub.
So, yeah, I think it's going to happen. I think he will be back. And get ready for chaos, guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bumpy ride.
Chaos time. Let's go.
It's going to be a very bumpy ride, honestly. But yeah, I just want to say these dirt sheets, like PW Insider, Dave Meltzer especially,
Fightful.
Sean Ross, Fightful. Don't believe everything they say because they're not always right. You know?
Just take it with a grain of salt.
You need
At
to
this
look in
point.
between the lines because Sean Ross and Dave Meltzer, like I mentioned, are saying two completely different things. One says there is talks and he'd been turned down, and the one says there isn't talks. So it can't be both, can it?
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
So if there was talks and they turned him down, Dave's right. If there was no talks, Dave's wrong.
And Sean Ross is
But-
right.
Yeah, but if there was talks and he's back, both are going to look like idiots on November 25th, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
I really hope he returns just to shut both of them up. Because how are they going to get out of it?
I'm not going to.
Mm-hmm.
They can't. I mean, Sean Ross said things couldn't change. Why would you put that line if you're so confident?
I don't know.
You know?
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's a sticky one. It really is.
So yeah, this topic, this CM Punk bubble, this CM Punk story, it's going to be more twists and turns to it. And like I said, no one's going to know until November. But imagine Randy and Punk returns at the same night.
Yeah, that'd be very crazy,
be-
you know.
Crazy.
Jesus Christ. And yeah,
Anyway.
so quick recap for SmackDown tonight. Roman Reigns returns. John Cena appears. Triple H announcement. Cody wrestling. That's it,
Yep.
I think.
Yeah.
Anything else happening on SmackDown that we know about?
I think
Well, I know. No.
that's everything with what's happening tonight.
Ain't it? Oh, also, ain't tonight the
What?
ain't tonight the season premiere for SmackDown?
It is the season premiere, yes.
Yeah, it's
And
What do you
Monday
mean
Night
the
Raw on
base?
Monday is the season premiere of that one.
I always think that phrase is stupid with them, but because I think that just means they've been done a whole year of a new season, as it were.
I just think because Roman Reigns is returning, they're like, let's make it big.
Yeah, we'll tag it with a season premiere thing, and then everybody will tune
I
in.
mean, also, there's
me.
apparently the rumors that there's going to be a pay-per-view on December 30th, and it's going to be a Ring of Honor pay-per-view.
Final battle.
You don't cover this.
I thought that's on my birthday.
Final
Yeah,
battle.
December pay per view for Ring of Honor is normally Final Battle, I think. So
Yeah,
Hmm.
so I don't think there will be an AEW one. I think the tease was the Ring of Honor one, but you never know with Tony Khan. He could have two pay-per-views on the same fucking night, that guy.
yeah, the last pay per view of the year for AEW will more than likely be Full Gear, and then they'll have Revolution in February or March, whenever that usually is.
But that's on my birthday, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not fair. Sin Cara's going to be on Rampage tonight.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that's gonna
Oh,
be.
let me call him his real name because there's fucking people on Twitter. If you call him Sin Cara, they will go for you. So let me just call him Mystico.
Mm.
No, honestly, people have been going after people that call him Sin Cara. I'm like, why?
Yeah,
Everyone knows him as Sin Cara.
Yep.
I suppose it's a WWE trademark, so maybe that's why they can't use it.
Oh no, fans are just getting pissed about it. It's
Okay.
fans calling him Sin Cara. People are getting pissed that fans are calling him Sin Cara.
It's the same fucking guy as the OG one who used to botch all the time. And it'll probably be the same.
It's still
case
Sin Cara.
this
I
time.
mean, yeah, he may not be called Sin Cara in the wrestling industry anymore, but he is still Sin Cara.
It's the same person who
Yeah.
played the Sin Cara character. Mystico
That's like
is
saying Brian
Sin Cara.
Pillman. That's like saying Lexus Kitten isn't Brian Pillman Jr.
His given name is Brian Pillman Jr., so yeah, he is.
Exactly. It's like people need to just chill, man. You know, like, calm down. But yeah, anyway, anything else happened in the last week of wrestling?
Isn't there supposed to be another night where WWE and
Oh,
AEW
yeah.
go to
Yep.
What was it?
SmackDown and Collision. November
Yeah, no
17th.
date. November 17th. Yeah, SmackDown vs. Collision.
Yep.
Oh, the trade apparently is a former world champion. That's all the news we have.
So that rules Cody
Oh.
out because he's not a former world champion.
It rules Sami Zayn out.
Yeah.
So
Kevin
Kevin
Owens is
It
a
could
former
be
world
Kevin
champion.
Owens. Yeah, it could be Kevin.
He's a former Universal champion, so
Yeah, Universal counts as world title, doesn't it?
Yeah, so it has to be Kevin.
So it could be Kevin.
Yeah,
I don't know who else. they could
basically
move.
the second
Maybe
WWE
I
title.
mean, could it be AJ? No, AJ's already on SmackDown, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
No,
And
AJ's already on SmackDown.
Drew is facing Seth, so it won't be him.
Seth Rollins.
So who else even is there on the whole? It could be.
I don't know.
Mm.
Randy
It's not going to be
Orton is-
Kofi.
No.
It's
No,
not Kofi. It's not going to be Kofi. Is he? He's the underdog Kofi? No.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Finn.
not going to
Kofi-
be him.
It's
He's
not
on
Finn.
Raw. I think.
It's not Finn.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's not Finn. It's
Right,
Edge. It's Edge.
I mean,
The former world champions on Raw at the moment was Braun
Edge was
Strowman
already
ever,
on
was Braun
SmackDown
Strowman
before
ever
he-
Universal
he
champion?
left.
Yes, he was.
Yes,
Yeah,
he
Braun
was.
Strowman, Braun Strowman could be a possibility, but that's not really. He's out with an injury. at
Wait,
the minute,
Brock
neck
Lesnar.
injury.
Strowman was already on SmackDown though.
Drew, Finn, Kevin,
It has to be Kevin, right?
Kofi,
I
Miz.
think Kevin Owens is the
Miz,
one that
yeah,
Miz makes the most
Ooh,
sense.
yeah.
Miz could be
Miz is
Miz.
also possible.
Obviously, it won't be Seth because he's currently world champion over there.
Yep.
Won't be
yeah.
McIntyre because he's feuding with him.
Yep.
Won't be Shinsuke. He's never won the world title.
Right.
Yeah, it's Kevin. Has to
It's
be
It
Kevin.
has to be Kevin.
Kevin or Miz?
It's got to be Kevin.
It won't
I
be
think
Miz.
Who else would it be?
think
Miz has
Kevin
no
makes more
storyline attachment to the bloodline. Kevin Owens does.
Yeah, I think it will be Kevin. And then they're going to split Kevin and Sammy up, it seems like. If that happens, then that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Are they going to have Kevin face Roman again?
Yeah, it won't be. It won't
Maybe.
be. It won't be Brock or Randy because they're technically non-exclusive right now.
Yeah, they're free agents. Randy never got drafted.
Brock's a free agent anyway.
Yeah, and Randy never got drafted, so he's technically a free agent too.
I suppose they didn't draft him
Wait.
because of his injury, but
Oh, Randy, yeah.
CM Punk.
No.
yeah, he's a former world champion
He is a former world champion.
But
in
Yeah,
two
so-
different
I
companies.
mean-
Yeah.
Or three even.
it's
Yeah, sure. Let's draft someone who hasn't been in the company for 9 years.
He's a former world champion, Beck.
Yeah, he was the longest
Yeah, but
reigning
he's not
WWE
involved
champion
with
of the modern
bloodlines
era
for
until
long.
recently.
I
Doesn't
think
mean
it
he
has
won't
to
be
be
inserted.
Kevin.
True,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Kev.
Jinder Mahal.
It's got to
Fuck
No.
that.
be Kevin Owens.
No. Hell no.
He was a former world
Jinder
champion.
Mahal, really?
I mean,
Jinder
yes.
Mahal. Oh yeah, I looked at the Raw roster on Wikipedia and I completely glossed over the fact Jinder Mahal was a world champion because I completely forgot. Because it was a terrible reign.
No, I think now it has to be Kevin.
It's Kevin.
Yeah, it's got to be Kev.
That's interesting.
But
I'm intrigued to see how they do that.
we'll see what
Is
happens
that going to be
tonight.
the announcement Triple H makes?
Possibly.
I don't know. He could let you go out and then say anything.
He could.
Well, yeah, Triple H does like to waffle a bit before he gets to the point. So
People are thinking he's going to put some CM Punk teasers in his announcement. Why would he?
he hates the
He's
guy.
not gonna make it that obvious, is he?
And Triple H is
Yeah,
like
but
so
no
company
problems.
trained. Triple H is so company trained at this point. He won't ever say anything that's like
Yeah, but no,
completely.
it's not even that. I mean, he hated Cody, so you're technically on with your logic there.
Yeah, he did hate Cody, but I think they squashed that beef. So,
No, they still hate each other. He did
Really?
break the feud. I remember that way.
yeah, but that really.
Seth
means-
hated Kingdom. Do you remember that? Anyway, Triple H, yeah, why would he? I mean, if he goes out there and starts saying fucking CM Punk references, isn't that going to be a bit too obvious?
Yeah.
That why do you think they've had them on commentary or with Michael Cole and Corey Graves saying them? You know, because not everyone picks them up. If Triple H is standing in the middle of the ring and be like, "Best in the world," oh well, there you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
I think
is
so,
it.
yep.
Unless
Pretty
anything
sure
else
that's
happened,
it,
nothing
yeah.
else happened, did it? Now, Peyton, explain
Yeah.
to us why you're a fake wrestling fan.
Hashtag fake
Explain why you're a fake
wrestling
wrestling fan.
fan.
Oh.
Okay, never mind. No one cares about you. This episode of the SR Podcast is sponsored by
Fuck you.
SeatGeek.
Fuck you.
No. SeatGeek is the best place for you guys to get all your ticket for sporting events, concerts, live performances, anything you guys want to go and see. Go to SeatGeek right now. Liam, tell them to go right now.
Go where?
SeatGeek right now. Tell them to go there.
Yeah, go to SeatGeek. Because
Yeah,
this
go
episode.
Go there
Yeah.
right now.
Do it now.
And get your tickets for anything that they literally do. They do sporting events. I think they do like basketball games, baseball games. They do wrestling shows. They do concerts. They do whatever.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
they do.
speaking of fucking basketball games, I'm looking at the fucking
Shut up.
pre.
Shut up.
Uh-huh.
This is the best way for you guys to get your tickets. They're very cheap. So yeah, head over to SeatGeek and get your tickets today. And also head over to tpublic.com to get all your Wrestle Arc merch, t-shirts. You can get hoodies, you can get phone cases, mugs, and everything else that's on there. So yeah, head over to tpublic.com, get all the merch. You have my merch, you have Radio's merch, you have Liam's, Peyton's, Vega's, Ross's, and you have all our logos and stuff on there too. My favorite one is my merch, obviously, because it's me. But yeah, head over to tpublic.com. Both links will be in the description. Thanks to both sponsors for being sponsors of the Wrestle Arc Podcast.
Yay.
Get out of here, Liam.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was another episode of Wrestle Arc Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. All the links for the sponsors and everyone's socials can be found down below. But until next time,
Subscribe.
subscribe, like the videos, and go watch
Ring-
the new
ring
one
the
we
bell.
got. Turn on the bell.
Do
Go
it
watch
now.
that video from yesterday.
Watch the video we did yesterday, please. Thank you.
And hopefully Radio will be back next week.
And hopefully Radio
Yes.
will be back next week if we do this on a Friday. But until then, everybody get the fuck out.
Yeah, go. Leave.
Wrestle Arc out.
Yay.